married woman. I was the first time I was seeing a pansexual character.
Because Made in Heaven, I think, is a brilliant show, but Lipstick Under My Burqa was banned for a little while.
So this is from Margarita with a Straw, Bollywood
Mhm.
movie that released a while ago.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Prarthna and me. And if you enjoyed the last one, then you should stick around for this one. And if you did enjoy the last one, then you should definitely stick around for this one because we have a lot to say, right?
Mirzapur is one of my favorite shows. I'll start there. I will say not a lot of female representation in that show. I think it could do so much with more women on that show. But Beena's character in this show, she plays Pankaj Tripathi's wife, and she is younger than him. She wants to have sex all the time. And what's amazing is that she sort of snatches the masculinity out of every man who she has sex with because she wants to come and she will not fake it. And she will make sure that they work hard to make her come. And the funny thing is that Pankaj Tripathi, who otherwise this very aggressive, like toxic man, has like, complete power over everything, isn't able to make her come. And so she snatches the masculinity out of him because she's just like, no. So she sleeps. This is low-key a spoiler because of our classist issues. You'll never see on screen. She sleeps with the help and then he makes her come. And so it's this entire battle of who's making Beena come. What's your next recommendation?
I'm sure something that a lot of people might have already seen on Netflix, Never Have I Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And, pretty stereotypical Netflix show, have all the elements, it's funny, it's a little weird, something you haven't seen before. But what I really loved about it is that they had like an Indian character on screen that whose personality was something more than being like, that Indian nerd in class. So it's actually a South Indian character, which I liked even more because that's something I've rarely ever seen. And the entire show is about how she wants to get a boyfriend so she can get laid. And then she ends up dating the hottest guy in her year and ends up, well, him. So
As she
that's
should.
pretty, yeah, so that's pretty fantastic. And I loved how they actually made her talk about it and like made her super open about wanting to have sex, super open about expressing that desire, and just being like a normal kid that wasn't obsessively tied to her culture or tied to the kind of country that she's come from.
I think it definitely does that for Devi's character, where she
Yeah.
is more sexually open and more interested in that. What pissed me off about that show though was they do Devi pretty well, but then Kamala, who's her older sister, her cousin, right, who's from India, I feel like they do this thing where like Devi's in America, which is why she's so sexually open and she's so able to do things and fun and all of that. Whereas Kamala is watching Betty Cooper on Riverdale and feeling inspired. And I'm like, this is a bit much. Because for me, I feel like they do such a good job with Devi's character. But then Kamala is all the Indian stereotypes. And it low-key propagates the fact that Indians don't have sex or Indians are sexually repressed. And the only way to not be sexually repressed is if
It's to like Americanize yourself.
Americanize yourself. And I'm like, that's not how it works. We did the Kama Sutra. As I said all of that, my next recommendation is an American show. It's called The Sex Lives of College Girls, which quite evidently is about the sex lives of college girls.
Of college girls.
College girls, yeah. So it's amazing. It's got that typical they're in the dorms and they're all like looking to have sex and everything, which was actually very similar to my college experience in America. There's this one character, her name is Bella Malhotra. She's played by Amrit Kaur. She literally is dying to have sex. And that's her whole thing. Like, very similar to Devi's character, actually. She's there and she's like, okay, I'm in college now. I'm away from my parents. I'm going to have sex with every man I see. And she does. And she's safe about it. So there's no STDs involved, thank God. So that's all we have for you today. Here are our recommendations for horny women on screen that you should watch. Yeah.
So please like, share, and subscribe to Vitamin Tree so that you can see more horny women and other women doing other things. Thank you. Bye.